Hello, everyone. Welcome to my Flosstube channel. My name is Jessie Lee, and I'm coming at you with video number 39. Another month has gone by, and it's really nice to be back on here, even though I have hardly any stitching to show because I've just been getting steamrolled by life. Lots of little frustrating issues have just been getting in the way of everything I truly care about, and it's been extremely draining and making me feel like I don't have any control over my life. I intended to make this video last week, but we had a blizzard, and then my kids ended up having a snow day off of school on the day that I had set aside for filming. And then this week, I've had a mountain of homework and a mountain of housework because my sister-in-law is flying out to visit us next week, which I'm stressed about. And Tim has had work training during the day every day this week, and it's completely disrupted our routine and made it so he's not available to help me out with any of the stuff that needs to get done, and I'm just really fed up. So I am sitting down to make this video so I can just have a little joy and talk to my friends. What I'm supposed to be doing right now is writing a paper for my health communications class, but it's on a topic that I don't give two shits about, that I can explain in 20 sentences, but the teacher wants 5 pages in depth in APA style, citing my sources, and I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. My grade is going to go from a 96 to an 88, and I'm going to finish the semester with a B, which bugs me because I'm a perfectionist, and I have been working so hard, but fuck it. I choose Flosstube. So, let me quit my bitching and quick show you my pitiful little bit of cross stitch, and then tell you about how my life is looking up and the cool things that are coming down the pike, because that's the real reason I've been so eager to make this Flosstube in the first place. So here we go. I have here Dear House by Carriage House Samplings. This is the pattern, and it looks quite a bit different from the last time I showed it to you. I have all the text and the little quilt star motifs in the door and the outline of the house all done. All that is left is filling in the yellow background throughout the entire house, which is not going to be as quick as all of this was, but it will be pretty easy. This has been really fun to stitch so far, and I am stitching it on a piece of 32 count Belfast linen in a mystery color that I don't remember. And I've chosen my own colors of DMC floss because I just wanted a lighter, sort of more cutesy color scheme. So I'm really happy with how this is turning out. Hopefully I will finish it up soon because I think I told you before that my intention for this is to put it in a frame on the wall, and I want to put little key hooks on the frame so Tim and I have a place to hang up our car keys and our house keys. So that's my intention for this piece, and I think it's really sweet. And then, of course, I've been keeping up with my temperature rain clouds. This is a design that I came up with myself, and I'm stitching it 1/1 on 32 count Blush Lugana with DMC floss. And I'm so happy with how it's looking so far. Now that I have a couple more months done, I'm really happy with how the shapes of the clouds are looking, as well as the little bubbly font that I came up with. And I was having such a nice transition from the more red-toned purples into the more blue-toned purples, and I was just getting into some tones of blue, and then our temperature shot up, and now I have this random stripe of green here, which I'm not crazy about. So spring, slow your roll. Seriously, on April 1st, we had a blizzard with 5 inches of snow, and now it's a week later, and the temperatures have been in the 80s. So these greens are right up at the end of my color scale. And everybody else in town has been running around in shorts, rejoicing in the sunshine, and I'm not ready to have nice weather yet because I really just want to stitch some blue raindrops. But we have had a hard winter. I think it's been like the third snowiest winter ever recorded. So it is nice to see spring coming around, but next week it's supposed to rain and the temperatures are going to go back down. So I will have my way and get back on track with my color gradient and stitch some blue raindrops. So that's nice. The weather in Minnesota is super interesting and it makes these temperature designs really fun, and I'm really proud of mine. I also have an update on the bedtime bags that I made with all the books, blankets, and caterpillar plushies. They're not here anymore. I got them all donated to the Interfaith Action of Greater St. Paul, and when I emailed the program director to set up a drop off time, she actually remembered the first bedtime bags that I donated 5 years ago. And she was really excited to get some more, and that totally warmed my heart. So I got those all donated, and it feels really good. I really loved that project, and it's definitely one that I will be repeating in years to come. So that's it for the Stitchy update, unfortunately, but if you don't mind sticking around, I've got a little life update too. The big news is that Tim, my husband, is starting a new job. He will still be an ER nurse, but he's moving to a bigger hospital that has a nurses union and amazing benefits for its employees. And instead of 30 minutes away, it's only 5 minutes away. And he'll still be working overnights, but it won't be every single weekend anymore. So we're going to get so much more time together as a family. So I'm so excited for what this means for us, but I'm most excited for what it means for Tim. He was really miserable at his old job. The conditions at that hospital were out of control. They were so understaffed that it was really dangerous for the patients and the nurses. And Tim was charge nurse there, so he would go into every shift and have to be the leader over an impossible, unsafe situation. And he was just really burnt out. And since he's quit, I can just tell that a huge weight has been lifted off his shoulders, and he just seems like a whole new person. And he's been really excited about what he's been learning in his job training. He thinks this new hospital is going to be a great place for him. He's excited to not be charge nurse anymore and get to work more with the patients again, which is what he loves. And I'm really excited to see the old Tim, the happy Tim again. And I just feel so glad for him getting this new job and moving on to something better. Also, this seems personal and weird to talk about, but it just makes me so happy that I have to talk about it. We switched banks for our money. Switching banks is a pain in the butt, but since Tim was going to be setting up direct deposit for his paycheck at his new job, we felt that the timing was right to finally move our money out of the big national bank we had an account with and into a local credit union. And my conscience just feels so much better because big banks tend to be real evil, and this credit union funds some really nice projects in our community, and it has wonderful service and perks for us members. So that was just an adult decision that I feel good for making. And then an even better life upgrade that I've made recently was refinishing our dining room table and buying some brand new dining chairs. And it has made a huge difference in our house. Our dining room table is so special because it's not just a table, it is a work of art. Tim's Aunt Cece is a professional artist, and she wood burns all kinds of furniture and picture frames and wooden spoons and all kinds of keepsakes. And her work is just gorgeous. And Years ago, my mother-in-law, Mary, commissioned Cece to woodburn an entire dining table for her, and she has since passed it along to us. And ever since we moved into this house with the bigger dining room, we've been using it as our family table. And we love it so much because it is exquisite. The entire table, like the tabletop, the side moldings, the legs are just covered in beautiful wood-burned flowers and mushrooms and woodland creatures. The whole thing is just dripping with beautiful images. It looks like a scene from a fantasy. And I cannot, for the life of me, get a good picture of it. I have tried again and again through the years that we've had this table to take some nice pictures of Cece's wonderful work, but it's just too big and too textured and shiny, so there's always a glare, and I just can't do it, so I can't show it to you, unfortunately, but here's a picture of some of Cece's other art. So just imagine something like this, but over an entire dining table that seats 6 to 8 people. It is amazing, and it's my family's, and it is so precious to us. But Cece had sealed it with water-based polyurethane, and this table is years and years old now, and it's been used, so that top coat had just been getting really worn and abraded and scratched, and it was time to refinish it. And I was so nervous to do it, but I did. I gently sanded it and then applied 2 fresh coats of polyurethane, and it looks brand new and even more beautiful than ever. And I'm just so excited about how it turned out. This table is so precious to our family, and I am so glad that I could preserve it. And then, since we're having company soon with my sister-in-law coming over, I splurged and bought the new dining chairs that our table deserves. We had gotten more than enough use out of our old dining chairs. They were cheap and flimsy and falling apart, and they had a painted finish that was all faded and chipped and cruddy looking. And these new chairs are a natural wood finish that matches the table perfectly. And they were still pretty affordable, but they are bigger and more substantial, and I am in love with them. I was only able to afford 4 of them right now, but as soon as Tim gets his first paycheck at his new job, I will grab the last 2, and then our dining set will be complete, and I'm already thrilled with what we've got. Our table looks so much nicer, and the chairs are nicer looking, and they're nicer to sit in, and I feel a little bit better about our eating situation with Grace coming over to visit us. So yeah, that was a good life upgrade that I'm glad I invested in. And then tomorrow is going to be such a fun day because I am going to a cat convention. It's called Popcats. I found out about it on the internet and it looked awesome, so I bought some tickets. It's basically just a huge party for crazy cat people like me with lots of cat-themed decor and activities and merch, and it seemed like a good time. So I'm going to check it out tomorrow, and I'm super excited to take a bunch of pictures, which I'll post on Instagram, and I'll certainly give you an update about it in my next Flosstube video. So this is going to be interesting. Well, that's all I have to talk about today. I'm sorry that you had to wait so long for this video and that it's so short, but it's really done my heart good to make it. And I only have about 4 weeks of school left, and then I will dive straight back into cross stitch and Flosstube because I miss this. I am so grateful to you, my stitchy friends, because you're so patient with me and so encouraging to me, and I love you, and God loves you. Happy stitching. Bye-bye.